Hello Divination, and welcome in this live stream where I will be showing you how to add resume downloads and typing effects to the Copywriter layout pack. So for this live stream you will be needing two things primarily, and that's the free Copywriter layout pack, which you can find in the link in the description below. And then if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, you will also need Divi, which you can find in the other link in the description below. So we're also going to need two plugins, but I'll explain more about that when we are within the live stream doing all the stuff that we need to do. So without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, so before we dive into the actual tutorial, let's just go through the Copywriter layout pack and see what we have in store. So I have already set up everything that is needed. So I have the pages, I have the menu, and everything else that is really needed when you set up a free layout pack that is provided to you on the blog section of the Elegant Themes website. So let's just scroll through the different pages, the different layouts that are provided within this layout pack. So we have 9 pages in total. We have a home page, a landing page, a services page, a portfolio page, a pricing page, a blog page, an about page, a frequently asked questions page, and a contact page. So let's scroll through these layouts really quick. If you haven't seen the layout pack already, this will help you, see what you get when you download this Copywriter layout pack. And it has stunning pages with illustrations that are included and images that are very high quality, which you can use for all kinds of purposes. So make sure that you go ahead and download this layout pack if you need it for your own website or if you want to create a client's website with it. So this is the landing page. And we have the services page as well. Here we go. So actually this counts for all of the layout packs. You can actually use them for all kinds of websites, but we made them particularly for copywriters in this case. But of course you can use this layout to create other websites as well, which are not for copywriters. But if you want to get a copywriter website, you will only need this Copywriter layout pack and perhaps the use case that I'm showing you today to bring it to the next level. So this is the pricing page. We have a blog page as well. And I do want to mention that we have people in the comment section, and I will be keeping an eye on the comment section as well on Facebook or the live chat on YouTube. So if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask them in the comment section. We really like to engage with you guys, so make sure that you are present over there. And yeah, just tell us if you're watching right now. Just let us know that you're there. All right, so this is the frequently asked questions page. Last but not least, we have the contact page as well. Here we go. So before we dive into the tutorial, let's take a look at the result that we'll be recreating in this live stream. So I'll just refresh this homepage. So I've done it on another website already. So one of the things we're going to show you how to do is add this kind of typing effect. I'm going to refresh this page one more time to show you. So you can add these typing effects to, basically anywhere on your website, and I'll show you how you can do that. And I'll also show you how to add this resume download button over here, which is in the same style as the rest of the website and the Copywriter layout pack in particular. So once somebody clicks on the download over here, they'll be able to download your resume right away and keep your information close within reach. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is download the following plugin. It's called the WordPress Download Manager plugin, and I've mentioned it in the description below, so go ahead and check that out and go to this download page over here and just simply click on the download button over here. And then you can go to your website. So if you want to know how to set up your website using a free layout pack, make sure that you check one of the blog posts on the Elegant Themes website blog section, which goes in depth and tells you what stuff you can do to make your website up and running in just a few clicks. Without having to do a lot of stuff, because most of it is already provided, the layouts and stuff like that. So, all right. So the first thing you will need to do after downloading the plugin is install it. I have already done that just to, get to the point quicker. But if you want to do it yourself, just go to plugins over here and then click on add new over here. And you can just upload your plugin. But once you upload your plugin, make sure that you activate it as well, since it will help the plugin show up here in the sidebar. So the next thing we will need to do is create a downloads file. So for that, you will obviously need your resume. But if you don't have one yet and you want to create one easily, then you can use Canva, for instance. I've mentioned the blog post that explains everything that I am explaining right now, but written down in the description below. And you can find a link to Canva as well, because Canva is really easy if you just want to do some quick things, and they have templates for resumes and stuff like that. But if you already have your resume, that won't be needed. So the next thing you will need to do is go to the downloads option over here. All right, and then you can go ahead and add a new download. So you can add as many files as you want to your plugin over here and place them on your website afterwards. But we're going to show that in particular for a resume. But of course, if you have other content that you want to share through a download, you can use this plugin as well. All right, so once you add a new file, you can give it your title, and I'll just place resume, and you can add it as description as well if you want to, but it isn't really necessary. So then you have to drop your file here, or just select the file. So you're obviously going to locate your resume, and I'll do that really quick over here, and then it will get uploaded. You can also, select multiple files if you want to use it for another purpose. And then you have to scroll down over here, and then you can, there are some additional options as well. You can, for instance, include a must agree with terms option, an enable password lock, or enable captcha lock as well. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to, you can. Right, so then over here you can select your icon. Of course, you could modify it with CSS as well, but they provide a reasonable amount of icons, and I bet there's one that you like. And I'm just going to choose this one over here. Let me just zoom in really quick. I'm just selecting this one. Yeah. And the next thing you will need to do is simply publish it. So it's that easy. All right, and then you can go to all files, which will show up the download that you've added in the previous part of this live stream. And then you have a short code as well over here. And this will help us add the download really quickly to our website and to our layouts. So I'm just going to copy that for now, but I'm not going to use it right away, but I will really soon. And now I'm just going back to the home page. All right, so if you want to modify this page, of course, you can use the backend builder or the visual builder, which was recently updated as well. It goes really fast right now, and it also helps you, see all of the changes in real time. So I'm just going to enable the visual builder. All right. And of course, I could add this download file as a new, kind of button-ish, but kind of thing. But I could also replace one of the buttons over here, because we do have a button over here, and I just want to replace that one. So I'm just going to get rid of it, and I'm going to add a text module instead. Oops. Just add text module instead. Here we go. And I'll start off by adding the short code that I just copied over here. And this is what it looks like without any modifications, but luckily we can make a ton of modifications to it using just this text module. So we don't have to add any CSS or anything. We could just like make the modifications within the Divi builder, which is super nice because you're in that same environment and you can play around with all of the options. And if you're just joining us, we're doing a live stream on how to add resume downloads to the Copywriter layout pack along with typing effects. And you will be needing the Copywriter layout pack, which you can find in the link in the description below. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check the other link in the description below, which will lead you to the Divi product page where you can discover Divi for yourself and see what different options and possibilities it provides. So we're going to modify this text module over here, which contains our short code and the resume download. So the resume that we just added to the plugin. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a background color to this because I want to make it look like a button, although it's not a button, obviously, but I'm just going to use the same orangey color to the background. All right, and then I'm going to the design tab. And I'll go to the sizing subcategory over here, and I'm going to adjust my width. And, you know, depending on the title that you give your file, you will need to adjust the sizing, of course, but I will, you know, use some specific percentages because it matches with my title. But if you have another title, of course, you'll have to adjust this width over here to make it fit with your website. So I'm going to add 35% to my tablet and 56% to the phone version. And I'm also going to select center for my module alignment. All right. And then I'm going to the sizing subcategory, and I just want to add a little bit of padding to my see, I can just change it just a little bit more just to make it match, but of course you have to change it according to your own file. So I'm just going to do that real quick, and I'm also going to add some extra padding just to create that space between the borders of this text module and the download itself. So over here, I'm going to add 12 pixels to the top and the bottom and 8 pixels to the right side and 15 pixels to the left side. And I'll have to go back to the sizing and just adjust it to make it match. Here we go. And the space that you see over here will get removed once you save the page after editing it. So don't worry about that because it will fall in place. There will be the same amount of padding for the bottom and for the top. Then I'm going to the border subcategory over here. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I will be keeping an eye on those, and there are people who are looking out for it as well. All right, so now I'm going to add my borders over here. So I'll just, you know, this thing in the middle over here, just make sure that every border has the same amount of pixels to it. I'm just going to leave that enabled because I need 3 pixels for each one of the corners. All right. And then I'm going to go back to the text subcategory. And the nice thing is that we can make changes to the title as we want to, and to the active link, which is the download over here as well. So we can make separate changes to each one of those, but I'm going to start off with the resume one over here. I'm just going to change the text font into Montserrat. I don't know what language that is. Is that English? I don't know. If you know, let me know. And I'm going to adjust the size as well. And go back to the sizing subcategory again and just adjust it a little bit. Yeah, And I'm going to use a white color for that because, you know, we're using white throughout the whole website and just makes it easier to be in line with the style of the rest of the website. And I'm also going to make some changes to the link, so to the download over here. And for that, I'll have to click on this one over here and add an underline. And I can also choose what kind of underline that I want. And I'm just going to take a double one just to emphasize the, you know, call to action. So I'm just going to make that white as well. And I'm going to change the link text color to black. Just looks like it matches better. All right. And then I'm just going to save my my home page and take a look at the result after I exit the visual builder over here. Oh, and I just see that it's French. Thanks, Shelly. I hope I said it right. Over here, we have the results. So we have this resume download, and if I click on the download link over here, then it will get immediately downloaded. So the thing we've done here is we added a text module and included the shortcode. So it's actually a text module, but it looks just like a button module. We've used the same style as we did for the other ones. And here we have it. So if you're just joining us, we're showing you how to add resume downloads and typing effects to the Copywriter layout pack, which is a free layout pack that came out on Monday. So make sure that you check the link in the description below. So go ahead and download that so you can use it for your own website. It's free. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check the other link in the description below, which will lead you to the Divi product page where you can discover Divi for yourself and see what possibilities and awesomeness that it brings to you. All right, so we finished the first part of the tutorial where we show you how to add the resume download to your website. Of course, as I mentioned before, you could do that for all kinds of files. If you have other files that you want to include on your website, this is one of the easiest ways to do it. So let's move on to the next part. And I'm just going to show you once again what we're going to do. I think it helps to show people what we're going to do visually before actually diving into it. So we're going to show you how to add this typing effect to your website. And of course, you can add that wherever on your website, but I'm just going to show you how to do it on the homepage. It's really simple, but you will need another plugin for that. And it's also a free plugin, and it's called the typing effect. And I've mentioned the link in the description below, so go ahead and download it. And you simply click on this download button over here, and then go to your website and go to plugins over here. And add a new plugin over here and just make sure that you activate it. So let's just dive into the plugin. So I've already installed it, and let's take a quick look at what it provides us with. All right, so this is what the plugin looks like on the back end, and we have a couple of options over here. You can, for instance, make a typing effect with one sentence, and by default there are 2 sentences available here, but you can just go ahead and remove one, or you can add as many as you want. And these sentences will follow up on each other every time that somebody visits your website. Or you can also, enable the loop option over here, which will make the text appear over and over again, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. I really like this loop option, so I'm just going to enable that. And as you enable or change anything here, because you can also change like the type speed or the delay, stuff like that, all of these options will be applied to the typing effect. And as you change something over here, it will change the shortcode, because we'll be needing this shortcode. All right, so let's go back to my, I'm just going to open a new tab with my home page over here. And I want to keep this copy, and I'm just going to copy it and put it as my first sentence. Actually, I don't have to write it in caps. So And I'm also going to add a second line, which will make the text appear right after this appeared on the screen, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to leave it like it is. I'm just leaving this loop option enabled. I'm not going to add any delay or anything, or increase the type speed, but you can do it if you want to. And I'm just going to click on generate shortcode, and you'll have a preview over here of how it looks, as you can see over here. But of course you can add as many rows to it, just to match with the content that you're trying to bring. And the nice thing about this is that you don't have to overwhelm your visitors with, you know, all of the benefits that you provide your visitors with. You can simply, you know, use this typing effect and share as much content as you want without having to take up a lot of space. So the next thing you will need to do is copy this shortcode which you have generated. So just make sure that you generate the shortcode before you copy this shortcode over here. So then I'm going to go back to my homepage, which has already this resume download over here, and I'm going to enable the visual builder again. All right, and I want to place it over here, so I'm just going to change this one. And the important thing about this is that I actually select the copy that I want to change, and then just replace it with the shortcode instead of, you know, deleting it first and then adding it, because that could make like changes to the appearance. And once you do that, you can simply save this, and you won't be able to see the typing effect while you're using the visual builder. But once you save your page and exit the visual builder, you will see the result. As you can see, I have the loop option enabled, but let's just like really quickly show you what it looks like with a higher speed and with a bit delay. I'm just going to add 2 seconds of delay. Going to, you know, let's go crazy. So, you know, increasing it will actually make it go slower. And if you can make it like 3 seconds or anything. So let's just show you the difference really quick. I'm just going to copy this again and just going to make the change really quick. So, you know, it's a really effective way of adding these typing effects. And I think for copywriter websites, this could be a real added value, because, you know, you're in that branch, you're about typing, writing. So it just gives the experience to your visitors. So I'm just going to save that again and exit the visual builder. Right, see, now it goes a lot faster, which I personally don't recommend, because you still want it to be readable, which is not in this case. But just to show you all of the options you have. This could be interesting if you have like a longer paragraph that you want to show to your visitors and you don't want them to be waiting until, you know, the typing effect is done. Then this could be very beneficial. So let's just show you really quick again what we've done in this live stream. If you have any questions or suggestions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section or in the live chat. And so this is the typing effect result, obviously, that we've just created. So if you don't have the copyrighted layout pack, make sure that you check the link in the description below. It's a free layout pack which comes out on every Monday. It's part of our ongoing Divi initiative, where we try to put something extra into your design toolbox. And I personally really like it. It has a lot of nice images, a lot of nice settings and illustrations as well. And the second thing that we've shown you how to do is the resume download over here, which will quickly help you add any type of file, but a resume in particular, and allow the download on your website. All right. So that was all for this live stream. Thank you for joining us. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment in the comment section or in the live chat, and make sure that you tune in for the following live streams as well, and that you check out Divi, which is mentioned in the link in the description below. So if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check that out and become part of our very, very powerful community that loves to help one another. So thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next live stream or video.